Hello, Likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your favorite, your one and only baby girl, Malika. So today we are doing the critical review of Mr. Aloy's new skit, Terrible Things Little Girl Passed Through Without Anyone helping them. I think it's something like that. So it's about this little girl. It's more like she's a maid, in their house. A girl that Mr. Aloy's wife picked on the street to stay with, to cater for, so she could help them out. But the husband, who is Mr. Aloy, it's trying to take advantage of the girl, trying to molest the girl and all the rest. And the girl is refusing, and here you see he's threatening the girl, telling the girl, if you refuse, this is what I'm going to tell my wife. You are a witch, you are a thief, you have done this, you've done that, and I'll make sure I influence her not to feed you, and to chase you, to send you away, and to make her know that you are a bad influence to our kids and everything. And like, as you know, it hit straight home, because I have witnessed cases like this. I have seen cases like this. I've heard of cases. We've all heard of things like this, like of men, mostly men molesting their mates, especially little girls, because you will see a man with a very beautiful woman, a very beautiful wife, but that man keeps taking advantage of his little niece or a maid who is an orphan that lives with them, a living maid, And sometimes I wonder, like, why will a parent, on their right, with their right mind, you know, based on the fact that they're talking about poverty, send a little girl who is like 10, I see some 10, 12, 13, 15, to stay with people, to work so that they can pay, so that, like, honestly, how is it possible? We've seen a case on social media where this child was badly burned by her mother, who lied that she sat on the stove because she was trying to beat her. She used a iron to burn that child. I don't know, because what did that child do? I don't know. She was, like, honestly. And you ask yourself, how is this possible? How can human be like this? And I thank God for Mr. Lloyd to bring this to light, because this has been going on behind closed doors. Many of us, know stories like this. We've seen our neighbors, some people, they living with little girls, little boys, that are orphans and all the rest. This one, she happens to be an orphan that was picked up from the street by Mr. Aloy's wife, to help out, because she is a mother. She realizes that, oh, she has kids as well. What if this was one of her kids? What would have happened? But now the man who couldn't keep it inside his pants, it's trying to take advantage of this little girl, by telling her, if you don't do this, I'll do so. If you don't do, I myself have been through this situation when I was at university. I had issues, I had issues with my mom, you know, um, and like I I had to go and stay with a friend, because I had this issue with my mom, and the friend's husband was threatening me that if I don't sleep with him, he was going to chase me out of his house. And I looked at my friend; she was heavily pregnant. She was like 7 months pregnant. I looked at the husband. I'm like, God, I rather go home and fix my issues with my mom. And that was what I did. I went home and apologized to my mom and maid, because I was like, I cannot trade that for anything. Let me be the one to want to do this on my own. This thing weighs down, like, it really weighs, because I've been through this situation. I just said to I didn't say anything to the guy. I just said to myself, let me go and fix my issue with my mom. So I was glad, because Mr. Aloy's wife is the type that she's very strict. When Mr. Aloy was trying to play those is rubbish, she saw through him, not knowing that he was trapped. He was set up, because apparently Aloy's wife realized that her husband has been doing this. You understand? So she had to set up her husband, with the little girl's help, and now she got evidence against him, because it would have been Miss Aloy's words against the little girl if she hadn't done this in the first place. And now when once he was caught, he was begging, please forgive me. It was the handwork of the devil. It was the devil. I was just telling her that I love her. And the wife was like, look at me. See how beautiful I am. You will go after a child, a little girl old enough to be your own daughter, and you're saying that it was the devil. Ah, no wahala. You will go and explain it to the God, to the law, because I cannot let this slide. And she did well, because other women, what they would have done, like I've seen most cases, even in the States, I've seen, like I saw a case of a woman, that her husband was molesting their own daughter, my people, their own daughter. She's a white lady. Do you know this woman chased, when she saw that her husband was like really into their daughter, this woman, she didn't call the cops. She chased her daughter out of the house. Their daughter, it was not their own biological daughter, her husband and I, chased the daughter out of the house and stayed with her husband. That let the daughter go because she's the one causing them trouble. And at the end of the day, that same man went after the child, impregnated her. And when the child realized at one point that what me and my dad were doing is wrong, I can't do this no more, the guy bite his daughter and bite the child. And that was when the man went to jail. And people were asking this woman, like, honestly, let me not go there. It's not the story. So this lady, she was like, she's standing with this child, like, don't worry, I'll protect you. But make sure you tell me anything anyone ever tried to do to you, okay? She has asked Mr. Aloy to leave and to go and report himself to the police station, but he's not going. Instead, he's calling his family members for them to come. And they came. He called his family member. He called her sister, his wife's sister as well. And they came. It's like, and they're like, our wife. And what is it? What is happening? It's like, me and my wife, we are having problem. We should go and sort it out. And the wife is like, no, I'm not sorting anything out. And Mr. Aloy's sister, the one wearing the blue blouse and the green wrapper, tying the green wrapper, is like, why are you talking to my brother like that? Why are you talking to my brother like that? Is it because he's trying to sleep with her? Why? What? And then so what? You a woman, you're being funny enough, right? Like us, this thing happens. There are some siblings, some sisters, some aunties that will be like, and so what, and so what happened? Will it be the first or will it be the last? So are you willing to lose your marriage because of a girl that you barely know? A girl that you picked on the streets? Like, really? If this was your daughter, that is the thing. The thing about us human beings is that when it has to do with other people, it's okay. It's fine. Let it happen. But when it has to do with us, it's not okay. Then it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So the woman is trying to be like, what are you people saying? Are you people saying that this child, because she is like, she's not my child, I should not protect her? Yes, because that's what it means. What if it was you or your child? It baffles me when women, even her own sister, the lady's sister, was standing there like trying to advise her sister, like, this child is a stranger. Don't let her ruin your relationship. Don't let her come between you people. You people should go inside and fix your problem. What kind of problem are we fixing? So they should let a pedo slide. Let me not complete the word. It's against YouTube policies. They should let it slide like that. You should not report a case. And this is the thing. You go to these remote areas, these little villages, a lot of things like this happen. You will see men taking advantage of their daughters, their sons. Women, the same thing. And nobody's reporting anyone. Nobody's reporting anyone. Because you have to cover. Her sister is telling her, hey, remember, this is your family. This girl is a stranger. Do you want to ruin your marriage? because of a stranger. But you forget that if that girl was your child, you wouldn't have been speaking. It wouldn't your words wouldn't have been that soft. And the sister is shocked, like, are you the one saying this? A woman like you, a child that you can put to birth, what if this was my child? Yes, she's asking, what if this was my child? Ah, my sister. And that is the funniest thing. I am not surprised. I am just happy with the fact that Mr. Aloy brought to light stuff like this, because a lot of people are going through this in this our Obodo Niger, in the world, everywhere, in every country in the world, every state, every city, people are going through this. That is the honest truth. That is a bitter truth. And it hurts me so badly when people try to cover it up. People try to make it not known. Like, people should not talk about it. We cannot talk about it to public. What about that child? What about her innocence that has been taken away from her? Who pays for it? And at one point, the child was obliged to tell them, stop. And she begged the woman, let me go, because I'm the cost of all of this, of your predicament right now. I am the reason you people are having issues and I don't want it. Let me go. But I thank God, because this woman, being a mother, she will not let an innocent child like this on the streets, because it will be worse. Because we have monsters roaming the streets in disguise of humans. Yes, we do have them. They will take advantage. They will do and undo. You understand? So please, for those who are going through this, or who know people are going through this, expose them. Honestly, expose them. Because nothing is worse than being taken advantage of. Like a little girl or a little boy, their innocence being taken away from them. Nobody has the right to do that. No one. And thankfully enough, the woman was brave enough to have called the Child Protective Services, and they came with cops, And I think this woman has known ever since. All she needed was proof. All she needed was proof. And they came, they were like, we were called. She said, yes, I called you people. And she pointed out, this is the man you people are looking for. So they wanted the evidence. They wanted to be certain that it was not she say, he say, it was not somebody's words against the other. And I was glad that there was that evidence. And once the Child Protective Service officer listened to it, was like bundled him. And she said, no, he was not alone. All of them were supporting him. Even my sister, all of them bundled them and go, which was the best thing to do. Bundle everyone and go. Because if you can stand and support a pedo, then you can support anything in this life. It doesn't mean that because it didn't happen to you, you will not care. We have to care. We have to be everyone's keeper. We have to be each and everyone's keeper. That is what we are supposed to do as humans. And that was how all of them were bundled and taken away to the station. And I was happy because this woman reassured this little girl that I am here for you. Henceforth, I am your mother. I will protect you against anyone and anything. I will stand for you. I will fight for you. That is what we have to be doing. So, like, as we are going to end this series here, thank you so much. It was a skit from the look of things. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for everyone that cares to watch. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much, Mr. Aloy. Special thanks goes to you for bringing us stuff like this. It's very important. It's very educative, And we should always remember this as humans. It's better to be alone than being with the wrong person. The worst thing that could happen to you ever is being with the wrong person. That's when marriage is bad.